It's time for Meghan Gets Booked, where we check out books from local authors in E&C to New York Times bestsellers and everything in between. Joining us today is Amazon book editor Sarah Wilson to tell us about their top picks for the fall. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
So what books have y'all chosen for the fall? I'm so excited. We have 6 amazing books right here, so let's get straight into it.
The first one is one of my favorites, and this is going to sound weird to say, but it's Holly by Stephen King, and I think Stephen King is really having a moment right now. He's kind of gone back to his horror roots with this one, like old-fashioned Stephen King horror. And it's just one of those books, even people on my team who don't read Stephen King typically are absolutely loving this book. So if you're a Stephen King fan, you're going to love it.
Yeah, Stephen King is perfect for the fall, especially with spooky season and with the leaves changing and everything. You can't go wrong with Stephen King. So what's our next book?
So the next one, this is nonfiction, and we've been waiting for this a long time, and it's Walter Isaacson's biography of Elon Musk. And, you know, I would have told you you were crazy if you told me I would love a 600-page book about Elon Musk, but I cannot stop talking about this book. And before you know it, you're 600 pages in and your jaw is on the floor. It's fantastic.
And the book that really caught my eye was Under the Influence. That kind of fits into the type of book that I like to read. So tell us a little bit about that book.
So I love this. This is a debut novel, Under the Influence, Noel Crook. The main character is a woman in her 20s who ends up going to work for this like huge self-help guru, big social media influencer. So it's funny. I laughed out loud a ton of times, but it also really makes you think about kind of the world we live in right now and the way that we put these social media influencers up on a pedestal. And should we really do that? Do they really deserve that?
Let's keep it going. What's our next book?
So the next one, James McBride's Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. I love James McBride. He's such a beautiful writer. And in this novel, he starts out with a mystery, and then he takes you back in time, decades earlier in this small town when it was all immigrant Jewish and Black families. It's one of those books that you just come away with like, oh, my heart feels bigger.
Perfect. And what is our next book?
So the next one, this is for mystery fans, and this is from Amy Chua. It's The Golden Gate. It's set in San Francisco in the mid-40s, and it's someone, this sort of prominent man who may be a nominee for president, is murdered in a hotel. And the suspects are 3 sisters who are part of this very wealthy, elite San Francisco society family. And the detective who's on the case is this sort of flawed but lovable detective.
And what is our next and final book?
So last but not least, certainly, is Ann Patchett's Tom Lake. And Ann Patchett, another brilliant writer, this story, she does such a beautiful job of portraying families and relationships. So it's just full of really rich emotion, has all the feels, has a good twist to it.
Perfect. And if people want to know more information, where can they go for more?
So that's amazon.com/best books, and that will take you to our best books of the month page. And from there, you can see all of our overall picks, and you can also go to any particular category that you love.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always so fun to talk about books.
We love it. And y'all make sure to come back to Meghan Gets Booked on Hello E&C every week to discover a new page to turn.